Deep inside our human DNA sits an ancient relic from the animal kingdom. The 35th gene key is rooted in the most raw, instinctual sensation we possess. It is the drive of the beast, hunger. We crave power. We hunger for escape, for human connection, and for warmth. We desperately want to forget the mistakes we've made, and we search endlessly for pure truth. It is a biological drive that lives inside everyone, and it refuses to leave us alone. When we try to cope with this ache, we usually turn to excess. We flood our bodies with dopamine, with calories, with endless stimulation. But overloading our system has a strict biological cost, leaving us stressed, addicted, and entirely exhausted. The other extreme is to starve ourselves entirely. We adopt puritanical routines, pushing away our desires in the name of asceticism. Yet this path often leads straight into a different kind of trap, a hollow sense of superiority over those who still indulge. These two extremes turn a perfectly natural biological function into a cycle of suffering. Whether we drown the appetite or starve it, we miss out on the actual utility of the drive. To safely satisfy our cravings without burning out, we build self-contained enclosures for our lives. We create strict daily routines. We surround ourselves with familiar relationships and stick to specific ways of thinking. We construct tight, isolated silos. Repeating the same actions inside these closed loops might feel safe, but it drains our awareness. When we feed our appetites using the exact same methods day after day, we invite in the shadow of boredom, allowing our spirit to go entirely stale. But the world outside those walls is never actually static. The cosmos wheels forward, shifting the variables of our environment every second. Boredom is not a property of the world. It is the result of human awareness falling asleep on a loop. Breaking out of this loop requires a shift in how we handle the drive itself. The goal is not to kill the hunger, but to precisely calibrate the dosage. Mastery over the 35th gene key begins with the art of homeopathy. It involves learning to take the shadow of hunger in the smallest possible doses, ensuring we are never trapped by overindulgence or starvation. Consider the precise measure for drinking wine. The ideal pour should bring you right up to the absolute edge of intoxication. You want to stop exactly where something as simple as a smile from someone you love becomes the final push that truly intoxicates you. This requires staying just before the edge of complete satiation. By leaving a little bit of that hunger securely in the bank, you maintain a sense of perspective and vital human fiber. When you savor the craving rather than immediately crushing it, the sensation changes. A carefully measured dose of hunger stops being destructive and instead becomes the catalyst for the gift of adventure. This kind of adventure does not require booking a flight or taking up an extreme sport. It is a highly localized practice. It is the act of bringing fresh, open, and vibrant awareness to the deeply mundane things you already do. We use that banked hunger to bust our silos. We reach out across the boundaries of our routines to bridge the isolated spheres of our lives, creating passageways. This happens in tiny increments, like finding out the name of the man who serves you at the grocery shop, or putting bird food in your garden to invite an entirely different world into your backyard. The energy required to bridge these worlds is found in a simple pause. It is the willingness to stop in the middle of a task and give someone your full, undivided attention, even just for a few moments. These small moments of friction begin to transmute our chemistry. By building these bridges, we trade our primal animalistic cravings for a genuine, boundless intimacy with the world. A moment of wonder. When we look at the codon rings of our genetics, the 35th gene key is an anomaly. While almost all other sequences are grouped into complex families, this specific code stands entirely alone, like an isolated island in our DNA. Because it is alone, it is biologically designed to reach out. The connections we build between our life silos, like those mundane social bridges, act as localized wormholes where the laws that govern one universe meet the laws of another. As we bridge these spheres of experience, we move towards the city of boundlessness. This is a state of easy progress, where consciousness becomes so interconnected that the very idea of a fixed boundary dissolves. This dissolution reveals an ancient memory buried within the code. We have always been obsessed with flight, because in a state of boundlessness, the laws of gravity are just another set of silo walls to be bridged. Every exhausting urge we feel for territory or power is actually a misdirected drive to sail up into the sky. Our deepest hunger has always been the biological urge to transcend physical limits and merge with the divine. Knowing that this transcendence is the inevitable end of our evolution means you can finally stop fighting. You can relax, let go of the desperate quests of your daily life, and trust that the river will eventually reach the ocean. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert, repenting for the animalistic hungers you carry. You only have to let the soft animal of your physical body love the things that it naturally loves. While you struggle with your inner shadows, the natural world continues its grand, effortless journey. The sun and the rain move across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees. And whoever you are, no matter how lonely your silos feel, the world continually offers itself to your imagination. It calls to you, announcing your permanent place in the grand family of things. So step back, surrender to the grand adventure, and simply enjoy the easy progress.